What's up, guys? It's all here better Pokemon Wi-Fi battle, and this is a UU battle I had against Pokemonmaster9. Yeah, I met him on the Smoke Wi-Fi battle finder. He asked for a UU match. You know, it's the same old drill. It's kind of what I basically do most of the time. But yeah, I'm using that Bisharp team again because I kind of want to use it because Bisharp looks really badass, and I kind of want to use it, and it's good for priority. Anyways, let's start off with the battle. So, he's going to lead off with A-Self, as I'm going to lead off with my Ambipom. Now, Ambipom, obviously, I'm just going to do those old fake-out shenanigans like always. So, yeah, I'm going to go for fake-out. I'm going to do a decent chunk of damage, which, I'm actually really happy with that damage. And now I'm thinking that Reflect will kill, and even though if I lose the speed type from this with this Azelf, I don't think Psychic or whatever will kill me. But, he actually goes for Reflect. He does win the speed type, but he goes for Reflect. But I can just U-turn, and now I won't be able to take it out because of the Reflect. But I'm going to Bisharp, because now I'm willing to take the risk of him having Fire Blast. And Fire Blast is more of a 4th gen thing to do instead of a 5th gen. So I know that Fire Blast, I can risk the Fire Blast, and maybe, maybe I can risk the Fire Blast, and maybe he would actually go for a support move due to the fact that, I have Sucker Punch. Anyway, I'm going to go for Brick Break, take out his dual screens, and then I knew he'd go for a support move predicting a Sucker Punch, so I just went for Iron Head to take him out. And that was a really good play on my part, because now that's a dead Azelf, right in the beginning. And he actually brings out Rotom, and I do not want to take an Overheat or a Volt Switch, so I go into Swampert. Now, I don't know why he went for Volt Switch if I have a Swampert on my team, because I'm obviously going to switch that in. But now I make a really good prediction here. I know he's going to switch, so going for Scald is pointless. So I was thinking Earthquake or Ice Beam, but I just go for the Ice Beam. I really didn't care what came in, but I just wanted to get damage off on something. So I just randomly went for the Ice Beam, and it was actually pretty lucky because I got the Torterra with Ice Beam, and I almost take it out. But that thing quadruple resists it, and it still lives, quadruple effective against it, and it still lives, which is pretty impressive. But either way, I'm going to bring in my Shaman, take the Wood Hammer. It's going to do a decent chunk, but it's not going to do, too much. It actually does about a quarter, which, I find that a little bit surprising, but Torterra was really powerful when it was Life Orb and stuff. But now I'm going to go for Steve Flare, do damage, and it's actually going to do, a quarter, a little more, 30% to it, which is not bad whatsoever. But still, I do not want to take an Overheat, so I'm going to switch into Swampert. Now here, right when I click switch to Swampert, I was thinking, what if he predicts what if he predicts my Swampert switch and goes for the trick? So I got really scared for a second, but thankfully he just goes straight for the Overheat, and he does a decent chunk of damage, but it's not gonna do it's not too much. But now he's gonna switch out. He's going to Torterra as I go for Scald, thinking that I don't even know why. Maybe that he won't go into Torterra. I should have went for Ice Beam again, but it doesn't matter. The thing is, I don't take it out with Scald. And the fact that Torterra is faster than me, and if anything, now I know it's faster now because of the Life Orb recoil, because I know it's offensively based. So I really do have to switch out, and I go into my Shaman. He goes for Wood Hammer, and it's, like I said, it does about a quarter, which is a decent amount. Unfortunately, the Wood Hammer recoil doesn't kill him, so... Oh wait, he has leftovers. He doesn't have Life Orb recoil. I was just thinking that's Wood Hammer. Wow, that's my mistake, my bad. So, either way, though, I'm going to go for Hidden Power. I'm going to take him out. So, now I'm going to go... he's not me. He's going to go into Frostlass. And I do not want to take an Ice Beam. And I know he outspeeds because Frostlass has a decent speed stat. So, I'm going to go into Bisharp to take the Ice Beam. I know I'm not going to take a lot of damage from it. But this Ice Beam does do a lot of damage. So, I automatically think Choice Specs. And the fact that he switches as I go for Sucker Punch, I'm pretty sure that he's Choice Specs. So that was great information for me. So now I'm going to have to switch out. I do not want to take a friggin' close combat. And he actually is going to go for the Substitute. So I got kind of scared. I'm like, crap, if he has close combat and Stone Edge, it's going to do... He's going to take out my Chandelure. But I have to take out the Sub in order to do anything against this thing. But fortunately for me... he has Iron Head, he has Dual Stab, which isn't the best thing for Cobalion, because this Chandelure pretty much walls it. But still, the Fighting Rock coverage is much better. But that's his choice, it was actually very lucky for me, because now he can, it's not going to do, it's not going to throw in my Chandelure. But I'm going to go into Kingdra to take the Iron Head, and he's, actually no, we double switch. I switch and he switches because he don't want to stay in. He goes into Frostlass, I go into Kingdra. Now, I stay in knowing that I can probably take out this Frostlass with one Hydro Pump, but I really should have went for Rain Dance and then for Hydro Pump. But in any case, I missed. And that damage that Frost Ice did the first time really tells me that thing is specs. Because Frost Ice only has like 80 base special attack. So I know it shouldn't do too much damage. But with that, it did a lot. So I know it's specs. But I'm going to go into a Scarf Chandelure and go for Fire Blast. And it does so much damage to Rotom. I did not expect it to do so much damage. But I stayed in here. First of all, I'm pretty sure I would have died to rocks. And second of all, maybe I could outspeed, but he's a Scarf Rotom, so, you know, it doesn't matter. But now I'm using Sharpedo. And when I saw this thing, I got really scared because I do not have much to take this thing. Like, if my Swampert dies, his Sharpedo is going to have a clean sweep. But here, I knew he would go for the Protect as, you know, so he doesn't want to take the Earthquake or anything like that. So he can get the speed boost. But so I go for the rocks because now when Rotom switches in, it's going to die. So thank God I go for the rocks there, and you know it works out. The thing is, he goes for Waterfall and it flinches me. So I got really mad. I'm like, crap! If he flinches me again, it's going to be his game. No, no problem. So I'm really hoping not to flinch this time. And the awesome thing is I don't, you know, because you know it'd be really hacksy if he did. But either way, I go for Earthquake. I take out the Sharpedo, which is awesome because that thing is a huge threat. And you know, Bisharp and Ambipom would not kill this thing out with priority. I mean, it would kill priority, but he had to switch out or something. So he's gonna go into his Froslass. He's gonna fodder his Rotom. I don't understand why. He could have used it as better death fodder than that. So I don't understand why he did that. Anyway, sorry, I kind of got distracted. So he's going to take me out with Ice Beam. I really can't do anything. But now I'm going to go into Bisharp. I know he's going to switch out, predicting the Sucker Punch. So I'm going to go for the Iron Head. And at that point, he only had Cobalion and Froslass left. But I, for the life of me, could not remember what his last Pokemon was. For some reason, I was able to remember that Cobalion was alive. Because in that case, I just would have went for that Brick Break. Because this switch was really obvious. But here, I make a dumb play. I basically had to decide what Pokemon to Death Fodder to this Cobalion. And I decided on Shaman because I honestly don't even know why. Because if I foddered out Ambipom, I could have brought out my Shaman safely and started HP firing everything, and I would have just been able to keep Bisharp to kill Froslass. And I know I have to keep Bisharp to kill Froslass because nothing else outspeeds Froslass, and Ambipom only has U-turn to damage it. So I made a dumb play in not foddering Ambipom and foddering my Shaman. So now basically it comes down to mind games. So I have Ambipom and Bisharp. I'm going to have to bring out Ambipom in right now. So what I have to do is I'm thinking, okay, so by the way he's playing this whole time, he was a very safe player. So at the end of the game, he will probably try to make one safe play, and maybe that will cost him. So, I mean, try to make one risky play. So I knew he would stay in predicting my U-turn or payback or pursuit or whatever. So I knew he would stay in. So I go for a low kick. So, but if he switched out, it would have been his game. So that was a really close match because now all I have to do is wait for my Ambipom to die to this Froslass, and I can just kill Bisharp with the sucker. Kill Froslass with Bisharp. But basically, the Ambipom game clinched me the match because if I made the wrong play, it would have been his match. But thankfully, I made the right play. I knew he'd stay in due to the way he played. I knew he'd make that over prediction right in the end. I just had that feeling, and it worked out and it worked out perfectly because I killed that thing with the Cobalion with low kick, and then Bisharp just comes in and knocks out the Froslass with the Sucker Punch. Lives at 11 HP, so that was a very narrow 1-0 Pokemonmaster9. So, so thanks for the great match. That was an awesome battle, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this battle. I really enjoyed it, and yeah. So like I said, hope you enjoy this battle. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all later.